Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our backyard. Today is my fertilizer day, but I don't want to talk to you about fertilizers. Instead, I'd like to talk to you about my absolute favorite hose in watering. And the reason I thought of this is because I was fertilizing and I use this every day. This is my flexible, retractable hose, and I got this idea from my neighbor. She has this hose and it's 100 feet long, which is wonderful. And when she was gone, I was watering her plants for her. And this hose is absolutely the easiest thing to maneuver. It weighs nothing, and it's so different from a regular hose. So this hose actually came with some washers and a sprayer head that has all different types of ways that you can spray. And while this is an okay sprayer head, I don't prefer it. I actually prefer the extending wand. And I think I got this at Home Depot. And it's just easier to get into the flower beds. But let me demonstrate this hose. Hopefully this will show it. But when this is empty, this is like a third of the length. So this is like 33 feet, and it weighs literally nothing to pick up. It is fantastic. So in the garden, we have drip irrigation, but I still need to water things. So I have, let me pan this way, I have hanging baskets that I need to water. And I need to schlep a hose around the yard. And I have found this flexible hose to be the absolute best thing ever. So I'm going to inflate it, turn it on. The hose manufacturer recommends that you deflate it each time when you're done using it. And you can see that it is growing. And it becomes the full length of 100 feet. But as you notice, it's so easy to work with. I have found that I don't want to use anything else. So it didn't take hardly any time to inflate here. And now it is ready for use. So why am I telling you about this? Well, for those of you as we get older, it's not as fun to schlep around a large hose. And we have all different kinds of hoses in the yard. We've got contractor hoses that we've laid down. So this is a contractor grade hose that we have. It is wonderful that we have come into our one of the areas of our drip system. And here we have 4 zones that we have set up. And so there's absolutely different types of hoses that are useful for many different types of functions. So I'm not suggesting that this flexible hose solves everything. It doesn't. But for ease of use in carrying around and dragging it all over the yard, it is just wonderful. So I can bring it over to water my hanging baskets. And it just is easy. It's not difficult to carry. doesn't tangle. It is just the best hose ever for taking it around your yard and watering it. Hand watering. I've told my husband I don't want to use any other hose now that I've had this one. The downside is mine didn't last very long. Now, I'll admit I probably didn't take care of it the best. So I am going to deflate this one. Just release the water. And this is what the manufacturer asks you to do each time. And you can see that this flexible hose retracts. I got it in a little bit of a tangle when I was pulling it up. But anyway, this hose retracts down and it's so easy to use. And I was saying I probably didn't take care of my hose last year the best because towards the end of the season I did not release the water in it after every usage, and the manufacturer does recommend doing that. And I also hate to admit this, but I left it out during the winter, and you're not supposed to do that either. And so even though I did release the water in it during the winter, I didn't take it inside, and I should have. And so this hose only lasted me 1 year, a little over a year. So I promptly bought another one just because it is the best hose ever for hand watering. So I don't know if any of you have favorite hoses. I know that even if this only lasts a year, I think I paid like $38 for it, so it's not cheap. But the ease of taking it around and using it in the yard, and it's 100 feet. You can get them shorter. I know you can get them 50 feet, 25 feet, and you can, have it on a roller to mount it up so it's out of the way. I don't do that because I use it multiple times in the day. And right now I'm proud of myself because I am deflating it each time. But I would highly recommend getting a flexible, retractable hose. They don't kink. They're easy to carry. They're easy to manipulate. As you can see, you can pick up the whole shebang in your hand. The first last year's that I got, I think I ordered through Amazon, and I couldn't find it again this year. So I had ordered this one through Walmart online. But for those of you that are older, or even younger, that don't want to schlep around big, long water hoses, I take a look at this one. I probably won't use any other kind now unless something better comes along, because this hose meets all of my needs. Awesome. Well, if you guys have a favorite hose and one that's even better than this, I'd love to know. So put that in your comments down below. Otherwise, you might want to consider trying one of these retractable hoses. It's certainly been worth it for me. Okay. Well, everybody, I hope you have a great day. And I am going to get back to my fertilizing. Thanks for joining me.